Collective. I love you. Can't see you. I've been trying to think how that song goes all freaking day long. It's like my favorite song, and it has just left my brain. I can't even think of it. And I'm too stubborn to turn it on to listen to how it goes, but it's the one from Romeo and Juliet. She's like, I could walk 1,000 miles, the strong will never fall. But watching stars without you, my soul cries. Oh, that song, it gets me every time. Every time it gets me. I just cry like a baby when that song comes on. Collective, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Patience with Spirit here, your psychic intuitive host of Spirit News on Spotify, where we teach you about your non-physicalness. Here on YouTube, we do the Psychic Development Collective reads. And over on our Tickety Talks, we do our ascension process from the beginning to now in real time, spirit nuggets and little bits of information to help you on your ascension journey. And we're here to be of service. We have a clear field at 144,000 hertz, making us a chosen one. I don't like to call it that, okay? Because we're all chosen. It's just about clearing your field. And we try to make it as easy to understand as possible because it's just all about energy. You know, it's just all about energy. I'm feeling so tired. I'm so tired today. But it's because we've been working hard, trying to get these messages out, doing God's work, God's plan, God's plan, God's plan. I don't know the words, okay? I don't know the words for much, but you know, why do I have to know the words to enjoy it? Can't I just enjoy songs without knowing all the words? I think that that's plausible. Anyway, we've been doing the Spirit Speaks. I've been really enjoying them. I've saved many Spirit Speaks because I have my necrometer, and they say they will repeat a lot of things together at one time because it probably like accumulates like 8 words before they start disappearing. And the one tonight, the one right now, it always says Christopher, Morbid, and Monster. So I don't have any other information other than that. That's why I save them and I collect them. And if I get them more than 5 times, then I do it. That's like when I'm like, okay, this is something Spirit wants us to talk about, you know. So let's do it. Let's start. Where should we go? Christopher, Morbid, Monster. Okay, I know it can't be good. It can't be good. I don't know. Let's see. Spirit, please take us where you'd like us to go. They want me to go in this. It says Quitter. The Quitter. It's the Quitter. It's a comic book. Spirit, thank you so much for being with us. Please help us understand what you'd like us to know about this person. Hi, I'm Len Goldstein. I actually teach at the school during the year. And this is Catherine and Justine. They go to John Carroll and Ohio universities. Nice to meet you. Hi, hello. Hi, Len. I was working on this letter to the editor that I might turn into an article for a jazz magazine. As long as it's raining and we're all sitting around in the room, do you think I can keep on working on until the rain lets up so we can go till we go outside? Sure, might as well do something. It beats sitting on our hands. 2 p.m., 3 p.m. Wow, Len, the rain doesn't look like it's going to let up soon. Yeah, it's still coming down hard. Well, look, I wanted to ask if you'd be willing to look at this thing I'm writing. I just want to know if what I'm saying seems reasonable. I think it is, but I'd like someone else's opinion. Okay, bring it over. Here it is. 1 hour later. Hey, Len, did you read that thing yet? Yeah, Harvey, it's fine. Very clear and understandable. Of course, I don't know if your ideas are any good. I don't know anything about jazz. So So jazz it's probably not jazz, but it's probably, hello Brooke, welcome to my channel. I appreciate your presence so much. Blessings to you. Well, what I say might be controversial, I don't know. The guy I'm writing about hasn't gotten the credit he deserves yet. Still, the fact that you found it clear is good. At least people will know where I stand. I've sort of been thinking I'd like to be a jazz critic lately, and this is my first step in that direction. Fine. Listen, Harvey, did they tell you to show up downtown for our meeting tomorrow? Yeah, I got everything written down. Good. Hey, look, the sun's come out and there are some kids on the playground. Let's get out there. Interesting. Okay, so someone, perhaps Christopher, I don't know. I don't know if Christopher would be the boss or the jazz reviewer, but I'm taking this as a man started a new job and he met people on the job, but he had another interest. He had something he was working on that he was passionate about. It was something that excited him. It was something that distracted him from work. He used his downtime at work or something to honor this side thing he had, and he had a lot of passion about it. I don't think it was jazz particularly, but it was something like that. I see him getting an attitude over here. The day is pretty uneventful. The kids get along fine. There are no fights to break up. At the end of the day, we'll see you guys in the morning. Take it easy. I parked my car downtown the next day and go inside the meeting. The boss of the summer program is lecturing. And we want you to be using all of your kids' time helping kids. What we don't want you to do is write articles about jazz on the job. Huh? How could you guys know that my writing, how do you guys know about my letter that I'm writing? He wasn't at the school. One of my coworkers tipped him off. But why? It was raining yesterday. No one did anything but sit around. There was nothing to do there. There were no kids. They were writing the letters worse than kibitizing. Okay, so he's upset because he got called out about writing his jazz article by someone who didn't even read it. So that made him feel some kind of way. Well, these kids are okay. They're quiet. They don't fight, and they always find ways to entertain themselves. At least I lucked out in that department. As a week went by, I found the playground gig quite pleasant. Okay, so he basically doesn't like his job. He wants to do something else, and he did something that wasn't work-related at work, and he got called out on it. So what does that have to do with, I don't know, something that he's passionate about? It's not jazz. I don't think it's jazz. Let's find out. Let's see if we can find out what it is. Let's look in Sophocles, okay? Thank you, Spirit, for being with us. Please try to tell us what you want us to know about Christopher. I just went to the contacts. Can't read that. Contents. Please be different this once. Believe in what someone else says for once. Whenever a man supposes that he alone has intelligence or expression or feelings, he exposes himself and shows his emptiness. But it's no shame even for a wise man to learn and to relent. Wow. There is no possession, Father, that I honor more than your happiness and fortune. After all, what greater prize can children possess than a father flourishing in glory and glorying in their honor? Interesting. So this Christopher has some daddy issues. He has a father wound. because he's putting his father on a pedestal, and his father may possibly treat him as a possession that, and he may be, it says, there's no possession, Father, that I honor more than your happiness and fortune. So some kind of weird distortion of making his father more happy than himself, which will always leave you feeling empty, but it's no shame even for a wise man to learn and to relent. And it says, please be different this once. So someone who's stubborn, that doesn't often look at other people's perspectives, believe in what someone else says for once. Doesn't believe what anyone else says. Only he's the main source of intelligence. But he doesn't have free-flowing expression of his feelings, so he exposes himself and shows his emptiness. Damn. Nothing is worse than lack of leadership. It destroys nations, drives men from their homes, smashes armies, makes allies defect. But when men are ruled right, their obedience to authority saves their lives. That's why we have to defend orderly people and never let women get the better of us. If we must fall, better to fall to a real man and not be called worse than women. Are you kidding me? This guy is going to be some kind of misogynistic pig that thinks that women are beneath him. Well, I changed my mind. He doesn't have a father wound. He has a mother wound. Because if he didn't, he wouldn't think that he's above women. You wouldn't even be here if it weren't for a woman. She's the portal. Women are the portal. I think there's like a big distortion of a mother and a father here. Father, the gods implant intelligence in humans. Of all our properties, that is the supreme one. I lack the power and the training to tell you that you're wrong, and that's just as well. But perhaps a second opinion will be valuable. I am bound naturally to watch over anything concerning you. What people say or do, what fault anyone can find with you. Because the common man, your gaze is terrible. He can't find words to explain things that displease you, but I do hear things on cover of darkness, what our country says in grief for this girl. That no one is more innocent, no death more awful, no deeds more noble than hers, and her own brother fallen slaughtered. That not buried, she wouldn't leave him for dogs and crows butchering. Shouldn't her fate be golden glory? Isn't she worthy? That is the word. It is dark and marches in silence. What? So there's some woman or girl that has befallen his gaze that he thinks is terrible and displeases him. Oh, or I think that he likes her, but he doesn't like that he likes her because he doesn't respect women. I think that he found this woman who confuses him based on his belief systems. He has a mother wound. He has some distortion against women. Let's find out what is... I'm scared. I'm scared. No. And something about work. Something that happened at work where he has a passion about something, not jazz. It was jazz in the book. But he has some kind of passion he's found. What is the spirit? I don't know where we're going with this, but I'm scared. Will you please tell me how you want us to go? What do you want us to know about this person? My bedroom. No one knows what goes on behind closed doors. Hey, Always Gaming, thanks for coming in. We're talking about someone who who honors their father over their mother, and who's a misogynist, who thinks women are beneath him and shouldn't have more power than them. He definitely has a mother wound. Maybe that, and he does something funky in the bedroom. No one knows what goes on behind closed doors. The Midwest, they're not like folks around here. Okay, so he has some mother wound. He might have some outrageous bedroom kinks that make him different. They make him a little different. Okay. He's a vampire. He's an energy vampire. A legendary blood-sucking monster. How do we get these cards? Oh, look, I already... look at this. He's odd. He's an odd one. Different, eccentric, bizarre. Oh, no. I mean, it does say morbid and monster, so I didn't think it was going to be going to church. Weddings, funerals, bazaars, and bingo. So he goes to an odd church, or he has, maybe that's what he was studying. Maybe that's the new thing he has taken up, that is taking up his time at work that he gets called out for doing at work. Maybe he got fired. Maybe he got fired at work. Chinatown, international travel just around the corner. So he could possibly do some traveling, maybe for his work or for a church or something. Abraham Lincoln, U.S. president, led the Union to victory in the American Civil War and abolished slavery. Was assassinated for his efforts. So some kind of union to gain victory of a war? Some kind of character assassination. He put effort towards some kind of assassination to a slave, maybe towards a woman, because he views women as beneath them. He doesn't think women should have more power than men. That's what it said in Sophocles. I think Christopher needs a psychiatrist. Stat. And how do you feel about that? And he could possibly need it from his parents, because he has a father wound where he puts his father on a pedestal to make him happy no matter what, and he hates his mom. The process of discovering you are becoming just like your parents. So this person could possibly be mentally unstable. His parents could be really bizarre and eccentric and different, and as he gets older, he's becoming like his parents. He's not breaking generational curses. He's repeating the pattern of his parents, basically. He didn't get the memo that he was supposed to break it, and he was supposed to heal those wounds. He didn't get the memo. That's okay. That's why Spirit wants us to call him out. He's a Backstreet Boy. He's gay. Not that Backstreet Boys are gay, but we're talking symbology. We're reading the cards' energy. He could be gay, but going to church. And a lot of people go to church don't believe in being gay. So there you go, right there. He's already being inauthentic. Baby showers. I like anyone as long as they're a nice person and they treat people right, and it doesn't matter what their skin tone is. I just want people to be good to each other and to be good to me. That's all I care about. Oh God, something about baby showers. Baby showers may bring flowers. So a Backstreet Boy that likes baby showers in his bedroom. Oh God, he may travel. I have baby showers under my bedroom. No one knows what goes on behind closed doors. And under Chinatown, international travel just around the corner. Yeah, for baby showers. It said he was morbid. Of course I would, but you have to be, to date me, because I'm an oracle, you have to be a divine masculine, because I'm a divine feminine, otherwise I lose my powers. So I don't want to lose my powers, so ascended masters and divine masculines only may apply. Alright, what else you want us to know? Bottled water. How much are you willing to pay for something you can get for free? This person pays for sex because they have weird fetishes that they probably can't get with their wife or whatever, because they're gay, something with babies, and something in the bedroom. Noisy neighbors. What? I can't hear you. Noisy neighbors. Under psychiatrists and vampires. Noisy neighbors. Under psychiatrists. How do you feel about that? He could have possibly done something to his neighbors. That, because it's under vampires and it's under psychiatrists. He could have possibly done something to his neighbors? Oh, Jesus. Public radio. Or his neighbors could have possibly heard him doing something that would need him to have a psychiatrist, doing something vampiric in his bedroom. It could be either one, I'm not sure yet. Public radio. I wanted to say pubic radio. Good morning. Good morning this morning. We have Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart for your listening pleasure. Oh God, what is this, like Masterpiece Theater? Does he have like a turtleneck on, like a velvet turtleneck on with a like overcoat, and he's like has his brandy and like a cigar, and he's like, I love me a good baby in the morning. You know, like, give me a break. Just be gay. You want to be gay? Just be gay. You don't have to do all this other fuckery. You want to be gay? Don't go to church and just be who you want to be. I got baked potatoes and baked beans. Hot potato, couch potato, potato head, twice baked, half baked, whatever. Baked beans, add a little bacon, some brown sugar, and Beano. Oh my God. Beano, because he's a Backstreet Boy. He gets clogged up. He's baking his potatoes in the oven. He's baking potatoes in the oven. Needs a little Beano for the Backstreet Boys. Come on, Christopher. Just be who you want to be. What's going on with what is this hobby that he likes to do that he's found? Bubblegum. Crack it, snap it, pop it, and blow it. On top of the bedroom. Okay. A bad haircut. The perfect start to a bad hair day. Olive oil, oil spills. Something with oil. Something with cracking, popping, snapping, blowing, olive oil, the bedroom, and babies. and a bad haircut. Something that he considers perfect on a bad day. Something that involves oil, the bedroom, and the babies. I don't know yet. I told you I was scared. Oh, alright, what else? Spirit, can you please tell us a fairy tale that will tell us more about this situation? Yes, you are very precious to me, said the prince, for you have the kindest heart of anyone, and you are more devoted to me than anyone else. You remind me of a young girl I once met, but shall probably never see again. I was in a shipwreck, and the waves cast me ashore near a holy temple. There several young girls were performing their duties. The youngest of them found me on the beach and saved my life. I saw her twice. She is the only one in the world whom I could ever love. But you are so like her that you have almost driven her image out of my mind. She belongs to the holy temple, and my good fortune has sent you to me. We will never part. Ah, little does he know that it was I who saved his life, thought the little mermaid. Oh, the little mermaid. I carried him across the sea to the temple in the woods, and I waited in the foam for someone to come help. I saw the pretty girl that he loves better than he loves me. Better than he loves me. He's the little mermaid. Your face so clear in the light, and room makes you look shiny, especially in the forehead. Oh, because I am shiny in the forehead. I put some oil on my face, so I'm luxurious, darling. And also it helps to stick cards to my forehead like this. Look. Ta-da! Look at the magic. Hey, what does it say? Amputations? Is that the snap, crackle, pop? Crack it, snap it, pop it, blow it. A scratch your arms off. This person likes men. This person wants to be gay, but they have some kind of belief system or odd parents that don't let them be gay. And so because of their repressed sexuality, they project that onto perhaps babies and amputations. Something about amputations and crack it, snap it, pop it, blow it. And in this it says that he fell in love with somebody who has the kindest heart of anyone they knew, but they were in love with somebody else. They will never again meet. I am by his side and I see him every day. I will take care of him and love him and give up my life for him. So I think that he is in love with somebody who's unattainable, or he thinks, I don't know, he's in love with somebody he shouldn't be in love with, or it seems like, or somebody who doesn't love him back in that way. And he represses his sexuality because of something about church. Write a New Year's verse to the year's top song. I don't know, maybe he had a passion for writing music or something, or because in the book in the beginning he was writing a review for jazz and that guy was really passionate about it. So maybe he was writing like poetry or some kind of verse or something. What was the best part of middle school? So this happened in middle school. He fell in love with somebody he couldn't have or who didn't love him. Tell me more, Spirit. Thank you so much. Please tell us more about this situation. Explain to your friend what your favorite food is. I have 2 references to baked beans, baked potatoes, bubble gum. Something about food. And the baked bean says Beano, which is for, like when you're backed up. And he's a Backstreet Boy, so maybe he sticks food up his butthole, okay? Carrots, cucumbers, potatoes. What's your favorite food? Anything that can fit up my butthole is what his favorite. I'm not laughing. I'm just like, I can't believe that this is what I'm reading. You need one person to answer an important message. What did it say? If the person that he's in love with doesn't love him back, why doesn't this person love him back? What's the problem? Why is it forbidden for him to love him? Ask a friend to go skydiving with you, but don't tell them the activity. So I think what happened was, maybe in middle school or high school or college, he may have met somebody that he fell in love with, that he was the kindest person they ever met and really warmed his heart, but it was not reciprocal. And when he attempted to make contact with this person, he may have been rejected. Or maybe he wasn't rejected, but when he took him back to the dorm or to his house or whatever, the activities he wanted to do with this person were odd, were morbid and odd. And so it may have scared that person away. And you need one person to answer an important message. What did it say? So this person probably never wanted to talk to them again after that. Oh, and look at this. I got sensitive right here. And he's very sensitive because his parents are odd and could possibly need a psychologist, and they're vampires. He learned how to be a vampire from his parents. Tell someone their dog isn't allowed at the dog park. Tell someone their dog isn't allowed at the dog park. I don't know, something his dog did. Please don't tell me he does something with his dog. Reveal to your significant other that you're a werewolf. So we have vampire, werewolf, monster. This Christopher character is a morbid monster, werewolf, vampire. I can't make it up. Tell your neighbor you ran over their family pet. And I have noisy neighbors right here. I think he killed his neighbor's pet on purpose. He might have an issue with killing animals. Tell someone their cat got taken by a hawk. Until I say that, this person will kill animals because they need a psychiatrist, because they're unbalanced. They have an unhealed wound that has to do with their mother. Should we find out about their mother? What did their mother do to them? Let me change cards. Let's find out what their mother did to them. We'll do some words. Or let's do the thesaurus. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit, for being with us and giving us the messages. Please tell us what Christopher's mother did to him to make him this way. Inhospitable, aloof, unfriendly, unsociable, distant, standoffish, rude, impolite, unkind, ungracious, inconsiderate, inhuman, merciless, pitiless, heartless, cold-hearted, brutal. Inhuman treatment of mental patients shocked the public. Venomous, demonic, diabolic, malignant. Their mom is malignant. His mom's malevolent. I see inhibit and inheritance. The medicine inhibited the spread of the disease. Inhibit, prevent, hold back, arrest, hinder, impede. Their mom his mom suppressed him. His mom suppressed him emotionally, mentally, spiritually, blocked, harnessed. She's controlling and she's an obsessive control freak who's diabolical and inhuman. Wow. What about the father? Spirit, please tell us about the father. What's his father like? Sick. Sick, unwell, unhealthy, frail, delicate, weak, nauseated, wretched, heartbroken, disturbed, displeased, weary, bored. Pity. The sad story aroused everyone's pity. It's a pity he didn't finish college. Shame. Shame, crying, regret, sorrow. Oh. His dad seems to be kind of like a pushover, you know, like the mom seems to, maybe the mom's the boss, you know, she's the one who wears the pants and totalitarian. Under Mussolini, Italy was a totalitarian country, strictly controlled, undemocratic, unrepresentative, fascist, autocratic, dictatorial, tyrannous. Yeah, it was like the mom is some tyrant and the dad is just there, you know, just scared of the mom. Touch. Fondle, feel, stroke, rub, manipulate. This person was molested by their parents, and they were in a totalitarian dictatorship where the parents were like Mussolini. There was no love, there's no compassion, there was no nurturing, there was no love. That's the saddest thing I've ever heard in my life. Now you have this monster, morbid monster who is so confused about their sexuality, about who they are, that they're having sex with babies and killing animals and cutting up amputations in the bedroom because his parents shouldn't have had children. And as I say, amputations, could have some kind of obsession with hands or something. Aren't your hands cold with no gloves on? Gloves? Could possibly wear gloves for some of the things he does. He's killed his neighbor's cat and dog. He's good looking. He could be very handsome, clean cut, well favored, attractive. This is fucking Ted Bundy over here. We got a 2024 Ted Bundy. Someone call someone. Spill. Be careful not to spill the ice trays. Tears spilled from his eyes. Yeah, this person is just stunted emotionally, spiritually, and mentally from his parents who are nightmare that run a dictatorship with no nurturing. It's an imbalanced home. They literally molded and created a morbid monster. What else? What did he do? What are some things that he's done? What are some morbid things that he's doing? Let's just air it out. Let's just figure it out right now. Thank you so much, Spirit, for being here with us and giving us the messages. It is my honor to shed light upon the darkness so that we can heal it. Can you please tell us what Chris has done in the past that makes him a morbid monster? Alien body snatchers bent on world domination. Yeah, this person has a need to control everything, and so they definitely have a power struggle and could possibly, maybe not world domination, but they do like to be, I don't know if they like to be dominated or they like to dominate. I don't know yet. Everyone at this table likes to dominate everyone at this table. He likes to dominate everyone at this table. Why does he like to dominate them? Why does he like to why does he want to dominate these 4 people? Something with these 4 people. I don't know who it is. Maybe one's his mom, one's his dad, and one's his wife or something. I don't know. Because it said his parents. So 2 would have to be his parents, 1 would be him. A peacefully protesting neo-Nazi. He's racist as well. This person is so confused about who they are. They're just a hateful person. They're so hateful. I can feel them. They feel, it's like the only emotion they have is anger or something. It feels really hollow. It doesn't feel warm or inviting. It really does feel quite empty. But there is a lot of anxiety and anger. Why is this person so angry? Whoa. The cards came out angry. The next Mozart. Because he wants to do music and he feels like he can't make music. That's so sad. I also had another card, write a new verse to the year's top song. This person's passionate about music, but there's something in his life that I think his parents just didn't nurture those parts of himself. Anyone trying to make me stop talking, I lift it. We ain't gonna stop. You're a boss. This person thinks they're the boss of you, collective. Oh, maybe you're the person that you remind them of the person that they fell in love with, their first love, that didn't love them back, maybe. I don't know. Maybe he's bisexual. A crew filming a live episode of a beloved children's TV show. What? This guy should not be around children. This guy is a predator. He could possibly be making... He could possibly be making child pornography. 444 on the clock. Child pornography. That's what the bedroom card is. And the baby showers. Yeah, an actual baby shower. The babies are probably giving him baby showers, golden baby showers. No one knows what goes on behind closed doors. This person is sick. They need a psychiatrist. An award-winning middle school robotics team. He could possibly have a group of people that are robots just like him that help him produce these movies he's making. a school bus full of children. This person has exploited at least a school bus amount's worth of children for his dirty, dark, deep secret. His morbid, monster, pedophile. A tribe of Amazonians who have had zero contact with the modern world. This person's completely out of touch with reality. They live in their own fantasy land because they're a narcissist that thinks that they're God and that they can control people because they've been wounded by their parents. It's clear to see that this person needs help, and Spirit is tired of him, tired of this fool, because clearly he wouldn't have come up 50 million times on the necrometer. Ugh, I'm so annoyed by him. He's relentless. He just won't stop. He's like a, look at what popped out, a horrifying reverse mermaid. Remember the Little Mermaid came up? He's the Little Mermaid, but he's a reverse mermaid. He's horrifying. He's an inverted person. Everything he thinks is upside down world. He thinks that what's down is up and what's up is down. And he thinks what's bad is good and what's good is bad. Because of his parents. His parents ruined him. And Jimmy, who was probably the boy from middle school or high school or college that didn't reciprocate his love because he's gay. Because his parents molested him at a young age and he's confused. He wants to, a politician who will one day start World War III. Yeah, because he is angry. And he's registering his anger that's really sadness. Because he doesn't want to look at his wounds that his parents put there, who his parents probably don't even want to look at the wounds because they're awful as well. An extremely loud college a cappella team. I told you something in college where he met Timmy or Jimmy and he was doing music, but his parents probably made fun of him or something because these are the kind of, if these parents are narcissists just like him, that's a learned behavior. It's something, well, actually, let me take that back. You're born a narcissist. You have to have parents who are balanced in their emotions enough to guide you, to direct you, to focus your emotions, to give you nurturing, to give you love. When you get angry, when you get frustrated, not to molest you and confuse you about sex and be incestual with you. You just created a monster. It just goes to show that you create monsters like this. You create them. They're not, God doesn't do this. This isn't close to God. This isn't what God wants. If this person had God in their life or love, just can the word God and just insert love. This person's parents were dictator, totalitarianism. I can't say the word, but I feel bad for him. I mean, I don't feel too bad for him because he's doing horrible things, but I can definitely see from a higher perspective how he became this way. He's a product of his environment or the lack of love in his environment. A corrupt cop about to frame you for murder. So not only is he a morbid monster, but he's going around killing people, and then he's trying to frame it on people by paying off the cops. Like, give me a fucking break. The world's deadliest arsonist. Oh, and he's also a pyro and likes to set things on fire. Okay? Jesus Christ. What else? Please. What else? Let's see what we can find. Spirit, what do you want? What else? What do you need us to know? I'm gonna use my guilty cards. He's definitely guilty of being a psycho. You need to go take yourself somewhere because you're out of control. If you're watching this, it's time. How much longer are you going to go on like this? How many more people and babies you're going to hurt? It's because you don't, I can see this person now. This person doesn't have empathy or compassion. They don't, it's not lighting up right here. I can see it. It's just blank. This is their compassion and empathy centers. It doesn't light up. Most people's light up. I can see my own right now. Or that's just my forehead. I'm just kidding. But most people, when I see the energy in their brain, the compassion and empathy is here and it lights up. It lights up. His, there's nothing. There's nothing there. It's sad. It's very sad. Someone who can't be themselves, who doesn't feel safe to be themselves, that thinks that what they're doing is like normal. That's just what happens when you grow up that way. Take part in a flash mob. This person has a lot of unresolved emotional damage that they haven't looked at in a long time. Not only from their parents, but from rejection, from about being gay. Drunk dial and X. They could have possibly, that could have possibly been the message they were waiting on from the person who rejected them. You need one person to answer an important message. What did it say? It said, I'm sorry, I'm not gay. I'm not interested in you. And you're a psycho. Make a new friend during jury duty. This person is very unassuming. They make friends. They go out. You know, they have fun. Secretly pick up the tab at dinner with friends. Yeah, this person does things that you would never in a million years think that they're messed up, but they really are. Wear something ridiculous as a fashion statement. This person's bold. They're not afraid to do new things and to wear funky things and in that way, but as much as they're doing that, making fashion statements, they're not being authentically themselves. This is why it's so important for you to heal those childhood wounds. It really is important because this is a prime example of what a distorted field can look like. When you are surrounded by people, persons, places, things that don't uplift you, that don't make you feel loved, that don't make you feel accepted, this is what happens. It grows and it grows and it grows. It gets bigger and bigger. And you end up operating in that energy, in that low frequential energy. You end up operating like that. And it leads to weird sexual fetishes, sex addictions, wanting to, it's because he doesn't feel emotion. And so what he's doing is he's trying to find, or he thinks that he is mistaken by thinking that it's like normal or something he should be doing, but really he doesn't have the capability of feeling because he's been through so much bullshit from his parents. So he's striving to find anything that lights up that something, some kind of feeling. He's chasing some kind of emotional gratification because his empathy and compassion centers do not light up. He has an atrophied heart center from not receiving love or emotion. Very sad. Very, very sad. Let's look at it from a fifth dimensional point of view. Thank you so much, Spirit, for sharing this with us. How can we help? How can we help this situation? Reincarnation. Once you go into another dimension, to other planets, do you ever come back to Earth to reincarnate? It is the choice of the individual. It is the energy, the vibration, the soul, if you will, that chooses the dimension to join. So you can travel back and forth between dimensions if you wish to. You may, yes, each personality chooses perfectly what dimension is best for its life. Will we at some point be able to exist on other planets than this one in the same form that we are now? Yes, there will be the learning of how to control the vibrations of the physical structure so that one can move more freely. Why is this knowledge so hidden? That is what is changing now. It is men's minds that have closed and they are now being opened. At the point of death, you change energy forms. You go into a higher elevation of vibration in the molecules of your being. You go into the universe, so to speak, in an electric expression. That is magic to most conscious minds, is it not? It is then that you choose another expression, whether it is the earth plane or another planet, or some may even stay in the electric mode, if you would. It is all choice. Do you see? Human beings have limited themselves into thinking that the earth plane is the only choice of expression. But it is only one, not the only one. There are billions of choices. The conscious mind cannot perceive all the choices there is, for it does not have pictures or symbols for it. Know that there are an infinite number of energies that have been created by the God Source. Know that the earth is the only one choice of experience or expression. Earth is only one choice of experience or expression. There are other planets, solar systems, there are galactic experiences, there are dimensional experiences, not limited to physical forms. Many of the beings upon your planet come from other solar systems and other experiences besides Earth. Do you understand? This is what you call reincarnation. There are billions of dimensions to choose from, energy dimensions, planets, solar systems. Your planet is but one experience, understand? And I have public radio right here. Radio is a frequency. It tunes into frequencies like a dial. And this says sensitive. This says sensitive. Susceptible. He was susceptible to different frequencies? What? I think this person may have been playing around with energy or something. And I don't think they knew how sensitive they were by doing this. And that said that energy can jump around and take different forms through reincarnation. What is going on here? Is there something energetic going on with this person? How do I find out? I think I'm onto something here. I'm cracking the case, you guys. Cracking the case. Let me see. Let's do words. Something's going on with this person that could be possibly due to their sensitivity and susceptibility to energy. But why would they be so sensitive to energy? And it's a dark energy. They're a tyrant. They're an inverted mermaid. Let me see. He was talking about something that he found really fun to do, and he was doing it at work. It was like taking up his time at work. He could have possibly got fired because of it. Let's find out. That was an interesting turn. Spirit, please let us know what it is that you're trying to say. Oops. What is it you're trying to say about it says he's a public radio. A public radio. Good morning. We have Wolfgang, Amadeus, Mozart for your listening pleasure. And then I have hot potato, couch potato, potato head, twice baked potato, half baked potato, whatever. I'm gonna say it for the data, but I don't know for sure yet. I think that this person may have entities jumping in and out of his body, like some kind of buffet or something. Impervious, impossible to penetrate, incapable of being affected. A good raincoat will be impervious to moisture, impregnable, resistant, impossible to penetrate. Impugn, to call into question, to attack verbally. How dare you impugn my motives, protested the lawyer, on being accused of ambulance chasing. Challenge, dispute. This person is prone to verbal attacks when called into question about their motives. They don't like being accused of things. They'll challenge and dispute it. They're impossible to penetrate and incapable of being affected because they're resistant to change. But what about the latent? What about the energy? Potentially potentially available but not readily apparent. Latent trait testing seeks to identify skills that the test takers may have but are not aware of. Concealed, dormant, inert potential. I think that Christopher is psychic. Oh, shit! Me too, man, but he's a dark psychic. He's a dark psychic. Wan. Stickly pale. The sick child had a wan face in contrast to his rosy-cheeked brother. Ashen, sickly. Maybe that's why his mom was such a bitch to him and didn't take care of him, because he was sick all the time. But he was sick all the time because he was in an environment that didn't nurture his psychic gift. And he was very sensitive, like a radio, just like me. When I was little, I wasn't sick, but I was very neglected. And because of that, it wasn't that this person was very abused. I was abused too, but in a different way. His was more direct and combative. Mine was more neglectful, like being alone. And, we both didn't have love, but it was different. He had parents who controlled him. I had a parent that let me do whatever I wanted because she didn't care what I did, because she was neglectful. So I kind of learned independence that way, but this person was controlled by their parents and told what to do all the time. So they couldn't be themselves, and because his parents didn't recognize his psychic gift or his sensitivity or nurture any part of that, he became very angry, and his anger grew and grew and grew, and it became like a darkness in him, and he's psychic. Wow. He was also compared to his brother, rosy-cheeked brother. Wow. But, that's crazy, man. I did not. So that's why he's susceptible. That's why he's like a public radio. But he's been doing so much dark stuff. Oh my God. This person is like an open portal for entities to come in and out of him, dark entities. He's a public radio. I'm like a radio too, but I've learned how to control my antenna so I can do it at will, and I can transmute dark energy, and I can discern it. This person doesn't know how to use their powers, and they're so angry and inverted that they're using their powers for something or something. Something like that. Ambiguous. Doubtful or uncertain can be interpreted several ways. The directions he gave were so ambiguous that we disagreed on which way to turn. This person became some kind of leader of a group, perhaps some kind of obscure, nebulous religious group based on his psychic gift. That's what he was so interested in. He has multiple entity attachments. They kind of like go in it. He's an open portal for entity attachments. I don't even think he runs his own body right now. I think he may need like an exorcism or something. I think that he found out that he was psychic and he started to study it or something, but because he didn't have a clear field and he wasn't in a heart space because he has the atrophied heart chakra because of his upbringing and the abuse, he literally turned his powers into bad. He turned his powers into bad. I'm gonna cry. It's so sad. He became rebellious, contumacious, rebellious. The contumacious teenager ran away from home when his parents told him he was grounded. Insubordinate, mutinous, rebellious. Ameliorate, to make better, to improve. So Spirit wants to just give him a spirit nugget, because according to Spirit, even if you've done these horrible things, we have to remember that people only operate out of their knowingness. And if you don't, in your level of consciousness, if you were not raised in a house that nurtured you, that helped you to understand yourself, instead you're raised in a house that oppressed who you are, that told you you couldn't be who you are, that was totalitarian, you're going to operate in that energy. But it doesn't mean that you can't get out of that energy, you know? And I know that's hard for people to wrap their heads around who have done horrible things, but you have to remember this is the human experience, and that's the whole point of why we come here. We don't come here to be perfect. We come here to be imperfect because we're actually perfect in a human body. So a lot of people get the misconception that, you know, this is it. This is what we're doing here. This is it. This is all there is, you know? He's just has a low level of consciousness, and because of his upbringing and because of the abuse his mom did to him, he doesn't like women, and he was sexually molested. So he wants to be gay, but he can't be gay in this. He has a lot of distortions. How can we help him heal? How can we help him heal? How can we help him heal? What kind of advice can we give him? Anybody can get to this if they don't look at their wounds. Anybody can get to this. It's just a distorted field. It doesn't mean that he can't heal these wounds, but the thing is, you can't heal a wound you can't admit you have. If you can't admit that there's something wrong going on in this situation, then you can't heal from it. And if you can't allow yourself to heal from it, then you will always operate in this energy. So that's why this person needs to start looking at their parents and ask their parents why they do that. And if their parents cannot give them an answer or take accountability for the fuck shit that they did to them, then they're gonna have to say goodbye to their parents, because anyone who's in your presence that can't admit that they hurt you this royally, gotta go. Gotta go, boo. 1:10 on the clock, gotta go. Because then you'll always be in that energy. That's how energy works. I bet you if this person isolated themselves for 30 days, just completely alone without anybody, I bet you anything, they would start to clear their field. And they would start feeling different. They'd start activating the compassion centers in their brain that are not active. I do not see activity there. Level 1 past. How have you been asked to change? This is one question you can ask yourself to journal. Really think about it. What's something I can change today? What is something that I do that hurts people that I could change right now? You could do it privately. You don't have to go to a psychiatrist. 1:11 on the clock. Level 3, future. What do you no longer want to wait for? What do you no longer want to wait for? This person's a psychic. They have psychic gifts. And if they can get their field clear enough, I don't know, they've done kind of a lot of bad things. You might have to go to prison. But it doesn't mean that they can't learn from their lessons still. It's never too late to learn from your lessons. You're never too old or young to learn. And then the next life, when you reincarnate, we're talking about, you can do it a little differently. You can try again. You can try as many times as you want. Level 3, future. What do you finally feel ready for? What do you finally feel ready for? It's time to heal, honey, okay? It's time to heal. You gotta stop this. This isn't getting you anywhere. Are you happy? Is any of this making you happy? Or making you feel good inside? You became an energy vampire. That means that you have to constantly do really drastic things just to feel something. To feel. Because your heart is so atrophied from all the abuse that you have suffered. You have suffered great abuse. It's time to look at that. Okay? Yes, let's transmute it. Let's say a prayer. Okay? We'll say a prayer, transmute it. Wait a second. Christ, God's holy servant, Philippians. Though he was in the form of God, Jesus did not deem equality with God something to be grasped at. Rather, he emptied himself and took the form of a slave, being born in the likeness of men. He was known to be human estate, and it was thus that he humbled himself, obediently accepting even death on a cross. Because of this, God highly exalted him and bestowed on him the name above every other name, so that at Jesus' name every knee must bend in the heavens, on the earth, and under the earth, and every tongue proclaim to the glory of God the Father. I'm going to read one more, because this is some heavy-ass energy. I'm going to read one more. Prayer and distress. Lord, listen to my prayer, turn your ear to my appeal. For you are faithful, you are just, give answer. Do not call your servant to judgment, for no one is just in your sight. The enemy pursues my soul, he has crushed my life to the ground. He has made me dwell in darkness, like the dead, long forgotten. Therefore my spirit fails. My heart is numb within me. I remember the days that are past. I ponder all your works. I muse on what your hand has wrought. And to you I stretch out my hands. Like a parched land, my soul thirsts for you. Lord, make haste and answer, for my spirit fails within me. Do not hide your face, lest I become like those in the grave. In the morning, let me know your love, for I put my trust in you. Make me know the way I should walk, till to you I lift my soul. Rescue me, Lord, from my enemies. I have fled to you for refuge. Teach me to do your will. For you, O Lord, my God, let your good spirit guide me in ways that are level and smooth. For your name's sake, Lord, save my life. In your justice, save my soul from distress. Amen. Love you guys.